Did you know that over 300,000 people moved out of UK's biggest cities last year? Not for work, but for peace of mind. It's true, more people than ever are ditching London, Manchester and Birmingham in favour of places you've probably never even heard of. Because in 2025, life isn't just about big salaries and big cities. It's about charm, community and quality of life. So here's the question: where are these people going? What towns are offering such a magnetic lifestyle that thousands are relocating without thinking twice? And more importantly, which town just overtook Oxford in a surprise lifestyle ranking this year? In this video, we're revealing the top 10 most charming towns to live in the UK in 2025. These aren't your average tourist traps. They're livable, beautiful, and surprisingly affordable towns filled with creativity, safety, and culture. Some are nestled in the countryside, others are just a train ride from London. But one thing they all have in common: they make you want to stay, stick around till the end. You might just find your future hometown, one that's been hiding in plain sight all along. Number 10. Falmouth, Cornwall. This coastal gem might just be one of the UK's best-kept secrets. Falmouth, tucked away in the southwest corner of Cornwall, is more than just a postcard-perfect seaside town. It's a place where history, art, and modern living collide in the best way possible. In 2025, it's climbing the charts for people looking to escape the noise without giving up on culture or community. So why are people moving here? First off, Falmouth is home to one of the UK's top creative universities, Falmouth University, which breathes life into the town with fresh ideas, innovation, and a buzzing art scene. Think indie galleries, film festivals, street performers, and weekend makers markets that feel like something out of Shoreditch, minus the sky-high rent. It also boasts one of the deepest natural harbours in the world, giving it a rich maritime history and a thriving waterfront full of independent cafes, seafood spots, live music, and boutique shops. The town has managed to keep its local charm while evolving into a lively, walkable community that young professionals, families, and retirees are all flocking to. Outdoor lovers? You've got world-class sailing, surfing, and cliffside walks just minutes away. And here's the kicker: it's still surprisingly affordable compared to other popular coastal areas. With its mix of creative energy, natural beauty, and a lifestyle that feels both relaxed and inspiring, Falmouth is no longer just a holiday town. In 2025, it's a place to build a real life. So if you've ever dreamed of waking up to sea air and sipping coffee with an ocean view, Falmouth might just be calling your name. Number 9. Rye, East Sussex. Step into Rye, and it's like stepping into a fairy tale. Perched on a hill just a few miles from the southern coast, Rye is one of those rare towns that feels frozen in time, in the best way possible. Cobbled streets, medieval inns, ancient churches, and half-timbered houses create a magical atmosphere that's charmed visitors for centuries. But in 2025, it's not just tourists falling in love with Rye. It's remote workers, creatives, and even young families looking for a slower, more grounded way of life. So what makes Rye so livable today? Beyond the breathtaking architecture, Rye has a thriving community spirit. There's a real emphasis on local food, local artists, local festivals. The Rye Arts Festival draws talent from all over the UK, while the Saturday market is where everyone shows up for fresh produce, handmade crafts, and a good chat. Its location is also a win. You're close to Camber Sands' golden beaches and just over an hour from London by train. That makes it a commuter's dream without feeling like a commuter town. Plus, crime rates are low, schools are solid, and the town has preserved its unique identity despite growing popularity. If you're looking for a place that feels like a storybook but functions like a modern village, Rye might be your perfect fit. What do you think? Could you see yourself living in Rye? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more charming UK gems just like this one. Number 8. Shrewsbury, Shropshire. Not everyone's chasing the coast. Some are heading inland, where history runs deeper than the rivers and every corner tells a story. Enter Shrewsbury, the birthplace of Charles Darwin and home to some of the best preserved medieval architecture in the UK. But this isn't some sleepy relic. Shrewsbury in 2025 is a lively, self-assured town that knows exactly what it is. Winding Tudor streets mix with boutique coffee shops, centuries-old pubs sit next to vegan bakeries. And right in the middle of it all, a castle. Yes, a literal castle. People aren't just visiting, they're staying. Why? For one, property prices are still within reach for first-time buyers, especially compared to neighbouring regions. The schools are excellent, the parks are vast, and the River Severn curves right through town, adding a peaceful rhythm to daily life. Whether you're kayaking on a sunny afternoon or just walking along the riverside, Shrewsbury invites you to slow down, without stepping out of modern life. There's an unexpected creative pulse too. Local theatre, quirky bookshops, art trails. And for those working remotely, there's fibre broadband and co-working spots tucked into heritage buildings, blending tech and tradition effortlessly. It's a place where you can live a modern life in a town that hasn't forgotten its roots, where your local grocer might greet you by name and your weekend plans involve farmers' markets or poetry nights in timber-framed taverns. If the idea of old meets new makes your heart beat a little faster, Shrewsbury might just surprise you. Number 7. Hebden Bridge, West Yorkshire. Tucked between the hills of West Yorkshire lies Hebden Bridge, a town that defies small-town stereotypes. It's not your average countryside retreat. Hebden Bridge is bohemian, progressive and deeply creative. It's a magnet for artists, musicians, independent thinkers, and anyone who values freedom of expression. Once a mill town, it's been reborn as one of the UK's most culturally vibrant small communities. What sets Hebden Bridge apart is its unapologetically alternative spirit. Rainbow flags fly proudly. There are more bookstores per capita here than most major cities. Cafes double as poetry venues. People actually talk to their neighbours. It's the kind of place where community isn't just a word. It's a lifestyle and a daily reality. And despite its rural setting, Hebden is surprisingly well connected. You can hop on a train and be in Manchester in under 40 minutes. That's made it a prime spot for remote workers who want proximity to city life without living in the chaos. Nature lovers have even more to rave about. Surrounded by the Pennines and intersected by the Rochdale Canal, the town offers endless hiking trails, riverside walks, and cozy spots to watch the seasons change. It's also notably LGBTQ+ inclusive and environmentally conscious, with grassroots sustainability projects and a fierce dedication to local everything. Food, goods, art, energy. Hebden Bridge isn't polished. It's raw, real, and full of character. The kind of town that may not be for everyone, but for the right person, it's perfect. A place where you can show up exactly as you are and be welcomed home. Number 6. Arundel, West Sussex. Imagine waking up to the view of a grand castle perched above a riverside town with swans gliding across the water and church bells echoing in the distance. That's not a fantasy, that's daily life in Arundel. Tucked within the South Downs, Arundel is one of the most visually striking small towns in England. The centrepiece? Arundel Castle, a stunning medieval fortress that looks like it was plucked from a fantasy novel. But the town's appeal isn't just in its looks. Arundel balances elegance with warmth. It's a place where antique shops and tea rooms sit beside cozy pubs and art galleries. The high street feels like a curated blend of English heritage and modern culture. And thanks to a strong community presence, it never feels overrun by tourism, even during peak season. Its location is another huge plus. Just 90 minutes from London by train, Arundel offers countryside tranquility with convenient city access. You're also just a short drive from the beach, which means weekend escapes are practically built into your lifestyle. Despite its historic charm, Arundel is quietly progressive. Local events like the Arundel Festival bring music, art, and street performance to life. There's also a growing emphasis on sustainability and supporting local makers and producers. The lifestyle here? Think afternoon walks along the River Arun, weekend book browsing in independent shops, and summer evenings at open-air concerts by the castle. In 2025, Arundel continues to offer something rare: the beauty of a postcard, the soul of a village, and the convenience of modern living, all rolled into one. Number 5. Kendal, Cumbria. For many, the Lake District is a dream getaway, but for the residents of Kendal, it's just the backyard. Often called the gateway to the lakes, Kendal is more than just a picturesque stopover. In 2025, it's emerging as one of the most desirable towns to actually live in, not just visit. What makes Kendal so unique is its blend of rugged natural beauty and a real working town feel. Yes, you've got the stone cottages and sweeping hill views, but you've also got a thriving local economy, excellent transport links, and strong, well-regarded schools. Outdoor lovers are spoiled here. Within minutes, you can be hiking in the fells, paddleboarding on Lake Windermere, or cycling through the countryside. The town itself is full of green spaces, and the air, fresh, clean and crisp, the kind that clears your head. Culturally, Kendal punches above its weight. It hosts the annual Kendal Mountain Festival, a global celebration of adventure, film and exploration. Local music, food markets and art collectives keep the creative spirit alive year-round. It's also surprisingly practical. Homes here offer more value than in nearby Ambleside or Keswick, and the West Coast Main Line puts cities like Manchester and Glasgow within easy reach. People move to Kendal because they want balance, between nature and comfort, between community and independence. It's the kind of place where your lifestyle shifts without feeling like a compromise. And in 2025, that balance is what more and more people are chasing. Kendal isn't just a gateway anymore. It's a destination in its own right. Number 4, Stamford, Lincolnshire. If you've ever watched a British period drama, chances are you've seen Stamford, even if you didn't realise it. With its honey-coloured stone buildings, winding lanes and Georgian charm, it's often used as a backdrop for historical films. But beyond the screen, Stamford is a thriving real-life community. And in 2025, it's drawing in a whole new wave of residents. So what's the appeal? For starters, it's stunning. Not chocolate box pretty, authentically beautiful. Every street feels like it has a story, and there's a quiet pride in how well the town has preserved its architectural heritage over the centuries. But Stamford isn't stuck in the past. It's alive with excellent schools, independent businesses, boutique clothing stores, stylish cafes, and a foodie scene that punches well above its weight. It's also home to one of the UK's best-rated farmers' markets and a local arts scene that's constantly growing and evolving. Commuters take note. You can reach London in under 90 minutes by train, making it ideal for hybrid workers who want peaceful weekdays and easy city access when needed. Families love the strong sense of safety, community involvement, and access to green spaces like Burghley Park. And while it may feel upscale, Stamford has options for a range of budgets, particularly for those leaving behind bigger cities or expensive southern suburbs. In short, Stamford offers the look of a movie set with the soul of a real town. For anyone craving timeless charm without sacrificing modern convenience, Stamford might be exactly what you're looking for. Number 3. Frome, Somerset. Every now and then, a town gets discovered. For the past few years, that town has been Frome. Located in the rolling hills of Somerset, Frome has quietly transformed itself from a forgotten market town into one of the most desirable places to live in the UK. And in 2025, its star continues to rise. Why? It's all about personality. Frome is unapologetically quirky, and proud of it. It's got vintage shops, cooperatives, local breweries, street art, and a monthly independent market that shuts down the streets and fills them with artists, food vendors, musicians, and creatives of every kind. It's a celebration of local, of expression, of individuality. But beyond the aesthetics and artisan buzz, Frome is functional. The schools are good. Healthcare access is strong. Property prices, while rising, are still more reasonable than nearby Bath or Bristol. And you can be in London in under 90 minutes, giving it serious appeal for creative professionals and remote workers alike. What makes Frome stand out isn't just its charm, it's the sense of ownership people feel. Locals aren't just residents, they're active participants in shaping the town's future. Whether it's through eco-initiatives, community gardens, or grassroots planning projects, Frome empowers its people. The result? A town that feels both alive and grounded. In an era where towns are losing their identities to chain stores and sterile high streets, Frome is doing the exact opposite. It's doubling down on authenticity and real local soul, and that's what makes it one of the UK's most exciting places to live in 2025. Number 2. Harrogate, North Yorkshire. Refined, relaxed, and quietly confident, Harrogate isn't trying to impress anyone. It doesn't have to. Nestled on the edge of the Yorkshire Dales, this historic spa town has long been a favourite for weekenders and retirees, but in 2025 it's attracting a new kind of resident. Young families, remote workers, and professionals who want a slower pace without sacrificing quality. Let's start with the obvious. Harrogate is beautiful. Wide boulevards, flower-filled parks, elegant architecture, and an unshakable sense of calm. The town feels orderly but never dull, polished but never cold. Its famous Turkish baths and spa heritage still thrive, but today they sit alongside modern bistros, wine bars, and independent bookshops. The high street isn't dominated by chains, and that alone is a rare win. But Harrogate's charm runs deeper than aesthetics. The schools are some of the best in the county. Public transport is reliable, crime rates are low. It's walkable, green and clean, a town where people look after both their community and themselves with real pride. For remote workers, it's ideal. Fast internet, peaceful surroundings, and just 30 minutes to Leeds for when you need a city fix or business meeting. And then there's the culture, jazz festivals, foodie fairs, literature events, all with a local twist. It's not trying to be cool, it just is. Harrogate doesn't shout, it whispers, and those who listen tend to stay. In 2025, it remains one of the most balanced places to live in the UK. Healthy, happy, and undeniably elegant. Number 1. Lewes, East Sussex. Topping the list in 2025 is Lewes, a town that's as fiercely independent as it is charming. Just a short train ride from Brighton and an hour from London, Lewes feels like its own little world. Perched in the South Downs and steeped in history, it has all the storybook charm you'd expect. Winding streets, medieval architecture, riverside paths. But what truly sets it apart is its spirit. Lewes isn't just beautiful, it's bold. This is a town with a rebellious streak. It famously burns effigies every bonfire night in a tradition that's equal parts theatrical and defiant. But beyond the spectacle, Lewes is deeply thoughtful. It's intellectual, artistic, progressive, a place where people think, debate, create, and act with genuine conviction. The bookshops are thriving. The pubs serve up more local politics than pints. The flea markets are full of treasures. And the independent businesses, they're the heart of it all. Lewes also boasts top-rated schools, fantastic countryside walks, and a strong sense of community. Despite its rising popularity, it hasn't lost its soul. People here care about sustainability, about local culture, about each other, and about protecting their unique town identity. Housing isn't cheap, but that hasn't stopped a steady stream of creatives, thinkers, and entrepreneurs from settling down and putting down roots. Lewes doesn't just attract people, it keeps them. It's a town with grit and grace, charm and challenge, poetry and punch. A rare blend of everything that makes living in the UK meaningful. And in 2025, it's the most charming place to live. And there you have it. 10 towns, 10 lifestyles, one unforgettable journey through the UK's most charming places to live in 2025. Which one stole your heart? Tell us in the comments. We read every single one. If you enjoyed this, check out our last video on the best affordable places to live in Europe. It's packed with hidden gems. We put a ton of heart and effort into making these videos for you. So if you'd like to support us, hit that subscribe button. It's just one click, but it means the world to us.